Hello there, my name is Grayman, and in today's video I'm going to teach you the past perfect tense. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to form the past perfect tense, and I'm going to teach you also the situation where you need to use the past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is not how frequently used, like a lot of people avoid using the past perfect tense. But I'm going to explain it to you in a way that you would love to use it. Let's start. To form the past perfect tense, usually we need a subject. And the subject could be any of the persons. The first person singular, like I, or plural like we, they, all, any of the personal pronouns. So we need subject. So what do we need beside the subject? We need a plus, we need have or had. Which one? I want you to have a guess. Okay, in order to make sure that we do not confuse have and has, we have to look at this. Have or has, what is the past? The past is had. And what is the past participle? It is had as well. So we have, this is the infinitive, have, with I, we, they, and you. With she, he, and it, we use has. Then we have had as a past, and this is the past participle. So we need the past here because we say past. So subject plus past, okay? Whenever we talk about perfect, we need any of this. If it is past perfect, we need had. If it is present perfect, we need any of this or this one. Is that clear? Okay. Then plus this, what do we need? We need the past participle. What is the past participle? I'm just going to remind you. Verbs in English has got infinitive, past, and past participle. This infinitive, this is the past, and this is the past participle. Quickly, in order to remind you, we have, for example, eat. What is the past of eat? Ate. What is the past participle of eat? Eaten. Okay? So that's what we need, the past participle. This way we form, this is how we should form the past perfect tense. Okay? Okay, when do we or how should we use it? In order to show you how to use it, I'm going to draw the timeline. Okay, the timeline, this is what is here, future. This is the future, okay? And this is past, future and past. And this one is present. This is very important in order to distribute the events that you wanted to speak about. Okay. Now I'm going to show you where should you use the past. So when we say past, it's going to fall somewhere here. Okay. One of the situations that we use the past perfect tense in, if there is, just I would assume this situation. There is one event happened here. Okay, this event A happened, and this is event B. So when there are two events happen, both of these events or both of these actions happen in the past. One before the other. Okay, one before the other. Two events happen in the past, one before the other. The one that took place first should be past perfect. And what about the other one? Well, the other one should be just past simple. Okay, again, two events, A, this should be past perfect. And this one should be past simple. Okay, that's one of the situations where we should use the past perfect. Another situation, if we have a certain time, let's say here, Now we are in 2020. The past could be there, anywhere there. Let's say, and I have an example here for you. Let's say 1960. That's before I was born, right? Oh, still very young. Okay, that's before I was born. Years before I was born. Now, if something happened before a certain date, this is a date, okay, or time. If something happened before this, then we have to use the past perfect. There are other situations that we're going to look at here in which we use past perfect, okay? Is that clear? Okay, let's follow. Let's look at this example. And I find it very practical according to many of my followers and my students, that when I do something that's practiced on the board with you, it will be easier for most people. Okay? If you have any feedback, please write it down for me to improve my lessons in order to make it better for you. Let's read this one together. Number one, she stay. Okay. Usually, when we say she stay, that's not correct. Either she stays, or she stayed in the past, or she has stayed, or she had stayed. But she stays just like that without s, that's not correct. So there are options here. The possible option, she stays, she had stayed, she had stayed, she will stay. There are other options, but she stay is not possible. I just put the infinitive form of stay. She stay assumingly up all night, like she did not sleep, because she received bad news. Okay, there are two actions. Which one happened first? Did she stay up all night because she had received bad news? So which one happened first? I would assume she worried because of the bad news. This is the bad news that she received. She worried, and we say the first action must be in the past perfect. Because she had received, is that correct? No, we need the past participle here. So we have to add D, because this is regular verb. Because she had received bad news, what happened? She stayed or she stayed? No, this is past simple, she stayed. We add ed here. Okay, let's read it correctly. She stayed up all night. Why? Because she had received bad news. Okay, here the order does not matter. If you write this one first or this one second, it doesn't matter. But we understand, and as I stated earlier, and I said, the one happened first must be in the past participle, so this is the event or the action that happened first. Okay, let's look at the second one. You study, and that's correct, we don't need S with you, French, okay? You study French, okay, then what happened? Before you moved to France, or before you moved to Paris. So two events. One event that you moved to Paris, that's number one. The second event, whether it comes first or second, it doesn't matter, that you studied French. So I want you to guess which one happened first. Obviously, you would study a language before you move to that particular country. So this should be written, you had, and this is study, is going to be I-E-D. You had studied French language, okay? Before you moved, that's past. Before you moved to Paris. Is that clear? Okay, let's move to the third action. My father established his company before 1960. And I put it up here. I said if something happened before a certain time, okay? here, that's the year 1960, my father established his company. How should we say it correctly? My father had established his company before 1960. Okay, let's look at it again. My father had established. Why did we write this past perfect? This is past perfect because this event happened before a certain time. That's 1960. Okay, is that clear? Okay, good. If you like my video, give me a thumb up, subscribe, activate the bell to get the new videos. Now, let's look at this one here. Let's read it. The boss say or said or had said or has said. It would be long meeting. I haven't made you a video about reported speech yet, but I will make one very soon. If there is a sentence that has got a reported speech situation, then we have to use past perfect. How? The boss say. Okay, let's remove this. Say is not correct as I said, because boss he. The boss had said. Okay, how do we pronounce this one? I'm going to write it up here. S-A-Y. How do you say the past? I write it to you. S-A-I-D. Say, and this, say it. Say it. Try it. S-A-I-D. How do you say it? Okay. Many of my students will say it, and that's not correct. We say, said. And if we add S here, there's going to be, not says, it's going to be says. It's going to be says. Don't forget that. Okay. So we say the boss had said, it would be long meeting. We use had said here, the past perfect, because this is reported speech. Okay. I wish, okay, when we use wish, that means there's something happened in the past and there's no satisfaction. We say dissatisfaction kind of situation. Or if there is regret, you did something in the past and you regret. Let's look at this sentence. I wish I tell the truth. I wish I had, and tell is going to be told, T-O-L-D. I wish I had told the truth. So that something happened in the past. I did not tell the truth in the past. But now I'm going to regret, or I'm not satisfied with what I said earlier. Then I'm going to say, I wish, okay, I had told the truth. Okay. The last and not least, we use just. We use just. Why do we use just in this sentence? To show that two events happen. One happened recently before the other. Okay? Okay, I'm going to look at this situation. The bus leave. Do you know the past? Do you know how to make the past of leave? Leave, left, L-E-F-T. Okay? When we got to the stop, I made this past. When we arrived to the bus stop, when we got to the stop or to the bus stop. So the bus had what? The bus had just left. The bus had just left when we got to the stop. Why did we use just here? Because by the time we got there, just the bus was left, just not very long time. So we need to use just here. Whenever you use just with the past perfect to show that the event happened just recently before the other, then you need to use the past perfect. And the past, this is verb leave, and the past is left. L-E-F-T. Just a reminder, this is my left hand, This is my left hand, L-E-F-T, okay? And this is my right hand. Oh, sorry, this is my left hand, and this is my right hand, R-I-G-H-T. These two words are a little bit confusing because they've got other meanings. I'll make sure I will make you a video to talk about the confusing English words. My name is Grayman, and if you like, you can give me a thumb up. You can subscribe to follow my new videos. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.